Well, I haven't heard that in a while. What's going on, everyone? Carlos here. That's right there. Carlos, what's going on? Folks, prime time stream with myself. It's Friday night. It's not normal for me to be on right now. It's normal for me to be modding for Resort TV 1. But yeah, welcome in. Thanks for joining us tonight. Special stream we're having tonight. We're going to have a guest come on in a few seconds, in a few minutes. If you remember back in, I should have looked. But I didn't. I didn't do my homework. I want to say it was November. We had this gentleman on that we're going to have on who was getting ready to run the Dopey challenge in Disney World. I hate these headphones. My God, all I hear is echo in my ear. He was running the Dopey challenge in Disney World in January that just passed. So he has run it. And back then in the chat, a couple of people put it, hey, we should have him back on after he does this run so we can recap, get the story, how everything went. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to have him on. We're going to get into the running, Disney, give kids the world, and everything else. But yeah, we're going to do all of that. I haven't used StreamYard in a long time because I've been using YouTube app for everything. So I'm making sure everything is not working right because nothing works right for me. So, but you know what? Instead of leaving them in the back, we're going to bring them in now and then we'll catch up with chat. If everybody remembers, Mr. Scott Mooney here. What's up, buddy?
What's happening, Carlos? What's happening, everyone out there?
How are you, sir? How have
I'm
you
doing
been?
well.
Good. How was Christmas? Christmas was good.
Yeah, absolutely. Holidays were good, and went by too quick.
Got to remember the holidays. It was only a month and a half ago already. Wow, middle of February.
Feels like forever, though.
So, doesn't it? But I'm glad you came back on, man. I'm glad you're willing to do this and come back on with us, man.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Let me just say hello real quick to everybody in the chat. Love Pugs. What, does this still work? Wow, if I click this, no. Oh, there it is. It showed up.
There it is.
What's going on, Love Pugs? But it's very slow, so I'm not even going to bother doing anybody else. All right, we'll do Doug, and then we're done with that. Fans of Green Bay Packers, welcome in, Mar and Memphis. Mar, how are you? Long time no see. There's Matt Birchfield. Matt, we were just talking a lot of crap about you in the back. No, I'm joking. We were talking.
What's up, bud?
We were talking about you in the back. Matt, I thought you were local. I really did. I thought you were, a New England local, but Scott explained everything to me, so welcome in, Matt. I'm glad to see you on this Our Dream stream, my partner channel, and other friendly channels that you've been popping on. I'm glad to see you there, man. Thanks for being here, fans of Green Bay Packers. Doug, happy haunts, Nicole. How are you, Mr. the Crab? Matt, what's going on, buddy? Anne-Marie Dreher. Anne-Marie is local. Anne-Marie's local, so I know that much. And if you want to meet Anne-Marie, Scott, we'll talk after the stream. I'm planning a little, I guess I am planning a little get together of the real local, New England, not New England, but Rhode Island. Never mind. I am losing track right now of everything. I don't even know what I'm saying. My wife's probably screaming at me from the other room, but thankfully I can't hear her. But because of these headphones, you would hear her screaming. I think that's everybody. It's a
I think it's one of those days, Carlos. I spent all day handling what would I call it? The Swedish torture puzzles, also known as IKEA furniture.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My son has a brand new bedroom set, so that was my fun for the day.
There's nothing wrong with IKEA furniture if you take your time and build it. My wife and I have not fallen through the bed yet, and everything is still.
My daughter has a set, and it's held up for like 6 years. It's great stuff, but it will frustrate you.
It will. Listen, by the second dresser, I didn't need directions. It's like I know the holes, the size of the holes. You know what screws belong in what. I was putting drawers together like you wouldn't believe. So it was rocking along to that. But I caught up to chat. So yeah, again, let's recap on who Scott is. Scott. I met Scott through I don't even remember how I met Scott. I remember now. It was the news. That's what it was. We saw Scott on the news, local news channel here, WPRI, which is my go-to channel. Because everybody's got ABC, CBS, but that's the one I always turn to. And we saw Scott's story about running. We were sitting at dinner. We were, just like tonight, sitting at dinner, and we hear, Scott, local firefighter from the town over here, running the Dopey Challenge, and both my wife and I heads went up. Like, we know that name. We know Dopey Challenge. We know where he's going. We gotta read this story. And right away that night, you can ask Suzanne. Right that night, I'm sitting on the couch. I'm messaging this guy. I gotta have this guy on. I mean, he's local. We gotta talk to this guy. But yes, you ran the Dopey Challenge. You were running for Give Kids the World, right?
Yep, absolutely. So I have completed my second Dopey challenge. I think safely to say the last Dopey challenge I'll be doing.
Really?
It was an awesome time, but we'll get into it. A lot of details with it. I think it's time to move on, and just try new things. And not my last foray in Run Disney, but I think the Dopey challenge is done for me until they coax me with some really cool anniversary bling again. Then I'll probably buckle under the pressure. But so it was a good trip, good races. I'll let you lead me out, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, let's backtrack a little bit. So this was again back in October, November. You were here. I can't remember exactly the month. I know it wasn't December. It wasn't that close to my trip, but we had you on, and that's when you informed us that you were running for Give Kids the World and everything. How challenging was the fundraising? Let's go to the fundraising aspect of it. How challenging was that at the beginning?
In general, it was difficult. So I would say that we were successful in it. It's something that I knew would be a challenge for me no matter what, just because I have a hard time asking for money. So when Johnny Valella and Mike Montecalvo came to me about doing the bit on Street Stories, that was awesome. I really appreciate it, because obviously that led me to you, and then all your friends who join you on the podcast, absolute rock stars, made it so much better, so much easier than I could have ever imagined. I had a ton of great support, and I made my minimum no problem. I'm happy to report that our team, they said that individually it was me, but listen, I wasn't out there mowing lawns or painting fences. Like, this was a team effort. Everybody kind of came together and did something awesome. We were the top fundraisers for marathon weekend this year. Nice. So that was pretty cool. So it was awesome to do that, but I learned a lot as well. And I think going forward, this isn't going to be my last time trying to help out Give Kids the World, but definitely learn from some mistakes. I didn't take full advantage. At least I didn't feel that I took full advantage from the opportunities that WPRI gave me, that you had given me. Just really looking back, I could have been better about striking while the iron was hot. But hindsight's always 2020. We did a great thing. When I met with the folks at Give Kids the World, especially DJ Colosi, they were really, really appreciative of the effort that was put forth and what we were able to bring to the charity. So for me, that's the important thing. That taking that away, that was everything. So
yeah, I remember you texted me, while you were out there, and you made me aware that you were the highest raiser during marathon week for the Dopey Challenge, because they have single runners too. They don't just have the Dopey Challenge runners.
Absolutely.
They have runners for the 5K, the 10K, the half, the marathon. All four races. So, but were you the highest racer for the whole marathon week, or was it the Dopey Challenge itself?
Yeah, for the whole event. Yeah.
Yeah.
And from what I understand it, I really don't think going into too much detail, but it was a significant difference. I mean, it really was. It was.
That's all right. That's all right. We can bash everybody else. No, we don't.
No. I mean, it was a significant difference, and just kind of looking back, it was a lot of this support that had come forward. My brothers and sisters at Johnson Firefighters Local 1950. Yep. I mean, they came up huge for me. They got me like right on the cusp of having my minimum. My family, my friends all, supported really hard. And then, once I had met you, once I had come online and, all of your friends, pitching in, that's when we really just kind of charged forward and really made it like a bigger thing than I could ever imagine. So it was really cool.
They're not my friends. They're our friends.
They are our friends
you
now.
are one of us. You're a, to use the funny term, the closet Disney guy, because you were, and I'm saying that just like Matt Birchfield. I see Matt now on other streams.
Yeah.
It's not only Facebook pages. It's not only Instagram. There's the YouTube community, and you weren't there, but now I've seen you on Tommy's stream from Living the Magic. I've seen Matt around, so they're your friends too now. You're one of us. You're out of that Facebook closet. Let me put it that way, so nobody starts thinking stupid things. But you're out of there, and you're one of us now. But we've seen it. I've seen it, and a lot of people, pretty much everybody in this chat, has seen what we can do for Give Kids the World. Through other events that people have done, like Donna, like Resort TV One, and this and that, and others. So
I'll tell you what's surprising. What's surprising and a little disappointing is, so as exciting as it was that we had done as well as we did fundraising, I was looking at the amount after the fact, and I'm thinking about, like, when we were standing in the corrals, they were highlighting some of the runners that were aligned with other charities, and they were talking about some of the numbers that they were bringing in. And now, having been to Give Kids the World and actually seeing it and talking with the people and hearing the stories and understanding far better than I understood before what it was all about, it was still a little frustrating that I could say that's all that we were able to get together for it. And it's not of any lack of effort on the part of everyone who did participate here. It's funny that the public who wasn't aware of it didn't embrace it more than I think it really deserves. And I think a lot of that has to do with people really don't have a good, solid understanding about exactly what the place is. So, you had shared how there's an event locally to us that benefits Give Kids the World. And I'm happy to see things like that, because I think the more people hear about it and the more they understand it, the easier it's going to be to get this deserving charity the support that it needs to take care of these families. So, hopefully going forward, it's only going to get bigger and better.
Yeah, well said. And I'm disappointed that we had no idea about this local event. There was two of them. One was a comedy show that my wife even said we would have went to that. And, the other one is this weekend, the art and craft fair that they're having over at Hotel Viking, which we're gonna probably attend tomorrow. More than likely go over there. And but you're right. To me, and maybe it's just because of the Disney community, I feel that it's only us that know that much about Give Kids the World. Or it's us and the families, and it's unfortunate to say this way, but the families that use Give Kids the World, the Make-A-Wish children and all of that.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure, they might put in a wish. I don't even want to pretend to know how it works. I'm gonna state it my way. A child, somebody comes in the room and says, the family's eligible for a wish, to make a wish. I can almost guarantee 95% of those families have never heard of Give Kids the World when they're told this is where you're going to stay.
Right.
And I think that's a big issue. You're right. I think the word needs to get out there more about this place, like little local fundraisers, like the ones tomorrow and the one this past weekend at Hotel Viking. And, they're doing well, but it's never enough. Sure. Just like, you raised what you raised, but it's never enough.
Right.
I know the disappointment. I get what you're saying. And I'll be honest with you, I was hoping to get to, I know you set your goal. I was hoping to get to that $6,200 mark, because we know that's what it takes for one wish for a family.
Right.
And I'm disappointed we didn't get to that, but again, every dime helps. So whatever we got is what we got. So, but that
it
was,
is, and I'm beyond thankful that we broke that goal. Like, I came up with the goal because I just thought it'd be cool. Like, throw out this fun number, like, oh yeah, I'm running 48.6 miles, so let's do, 4,860, $100 a mile. Did I ever think I would even come close to it? No. I figured if I got to my minimum, then, I'm doing well. I even expected that I might have to throw in a little extra cash on my end to make it happen. The fact that we broke it the way we did. And I didn't even know that we had broken the $5,000 mark until DJ approached me at the runner's dinner on
oh really?
Friday night. So
Really?
I had no clue how high we were because I hadn't checked the numbers when I was down in Florida.
I was checking daily for you. So.
Yeah, so when he told me, my jaw dropped. I'm like, $5,000 when? He's like, oh yeah, no, you're over 5,000.
Do you remember what the final number was? Because I don't. I think it was 54 and
I want to say it was right around 5,400.
54 and change, yeah. So I mean, fantastic, and I applaud everybody that donated. And again, I'm the last person to complain. I understand how hard it is for anybody to donate anything. So even the ones that didn't, just having Scott in your thoughts and prayers while he was doing all the running, that
just
was
sharing
a big
it,
help.
spreading the word. And there were people I saw, $5 and $10 donations. You know what? Just because of the amount, that means a lot. I know sometimes that $5 is really difficult. So the fact that someone cared enough to just do anything, it's huge.
It definitely is. It is. And not only for Give Kids the World, any charity, and we'll get into that in a little later on towards the end of the stream, because a lot of people know in the chat what I would have said right now, but we'll wait till the end of the stream for it, because we have another charity going on, another fundraiser going on for something else. But we'll wait. Right now, it's about you, Matt. I'm glad I can highlight this, but Matt did say he did awesome. Don't let him lie. So Mar wants me to get you onto, Mar wants me to get you onto the chaos community. We got to get you on with Pete McDevitt. He'll put you on a weekly show, on a show during the week, because you don't want to go to one in the weekend. Not yet. I don't think you're ready for that. That one gets
should be a link. I'll check it out.
Yeah, that one gets a little. Matt says that this dad's also raised money for Give Kids the World. Stopping in to say hi, Murph. Murph right now is down in Florida. He's down here for like 3 months, 4 months. He didn't want to pick me up on the way up. God forbid, he drove right by. He drove by you, drove by me, because he's on the island, one of the other islands, not the one we have, the nicer one.
Yeah.
He's on no, he's on the other one. I don't want to. Well, I kind of just gave it away. The other one. He's not on that one. He's on the other one. But Anne-Marie says, we went and toured Give Kids the World in December for a fundraiser, and it was an emotional, touching experience. Anne-Marie, we're going to get into that right now, because Scott already kind of lead it that way. And if Scott remembers, and anybody in the chat remembers, I said it during the first stream. I could never volunteer there. I've said it. I've said it before. I've said it a million times. I am as tough as I might be on social media, or on here and on Chris's stream. I am when it comes to children or sickness, whatever it is, I can't see it. I don't want to see it. I don't like visiting people in hospitals. It's not my thing. I hate saying it that way. It's not my thing. So I can't do it. But I applaud everybody that can. So Anne-Marie did a tour. Scott, I know you texted me from there that you were there. You went and visited. Why don't you tell us about that experience?
Oh, geez. So I mean, to your comment, the first thing I would say is the kids that I saw there, obviously they're with their families. You wouldn't be able to pick out in a million years which kid was the wish kid, because they were all just enjoying being kids. They were enjoying their time together with their family, and that was fantastic to see. And so you brought up about your social too, like how person you see versus social and everything. So one thing I learned this week, social is hard. Like how people do this for, their everyday thing. God bless them, because it's tough. And I really felt like kind of obligated that I needed to do a video or something from Give Kids the World. And I sat there for probably about a half hour trying to put together, what that tour experience was like. Finally got a 6-minute video together, which thank God I didn't try posting that because I didn't realize that you're only allowed a minute and a half on Instagram. And so yeah, and then like I'm listening to myself and I'm like, I sound like a blubbering idiot. And I'm doing this place absolutely no justice. And the reality is, you know, the stories that you hear on those tours, the things that you see, if you haven't lived it, if you're not one of those volunteers, one of those employees, if you're not one of those families, you can never do it justice. But just to like highlight some of the things that stuck out in my mind, and these stories are going to be really abbreviated. One, because I don't want to tie up the whole stream, but two,
it's okay.
You know, I really can't get all the details perfect, but they have a mini golf on site.
Okay.
It's Mark's Mini Golf, and it's dinosaur themed, and talking about like how your idea coming into it versus once you really see it. So you think, all right, these kids are going down because they want to see Mickey and they want to, you know, go on all the rides at the amusement parks and they want to go to Florida. And Mark was a little boy. He had 2 wishes. First wish, he wanted to be a dinosaur. And his second wish, he never wanted to be forgotten. Which, you know, just kind of hits you hard when a kid is thinking that abstractly, that forward, like, hey, I don't want anyone to forget me, knowing that they might not be around. I don't want anyone to forget me. So Give Kids the World, how they made that happen for him was this mini golf is named after him. It's themed, you know, dinosaurs. They made his wishes happen. Another one, I heard a story about a child who had a favorite blanket, was tossing the blanket around in the chapel that they have there. Father was, you know, praying, however, because it's non-denominational. And if you go into the chapel, I'm not sure if you've been there, Carlos, or not.
But I have. I can't remember if I've been in the chapel, but I've been to Give Kids the World.
Okay, so in the chapel, along the top, they have clouds, like kind of wooden cutouts going along. It's really beautiful. So this kid had a favorite blanket, was tossing it around while the father was in there having his time. They go back. Father realizes this kid's favorite blanket is missing. Search is on, blah, blah, blah. Can't find the blanket. Realizes that the chapel is the last place that the blanket was seen. And what happened was he had thrown it up. It had gotten caught in clouds. Cleaning had come in, taken the blanket, sent it off to the linens to get washed. Blanket's gone. Comes back. Father's like, now I got to explain this to this child. And, you know, when he went through that and explained it to the child, the reply was, yeah, I know. I threw it up in the clouds so God would have it when I go see him. And that's the stuff, like, I mean, that sent me reeling. But that's, you know, it shows how profound and the magnitude of the place to these kids and families. That has nothing to do about wanting to go ride, you know, the teacups. That has nothing to do with going to meet a character. This child had enough comfort to feel like he had that connection, or she had that connection to, you know, the next step, you know, and to take their most prized possession and put it up there so they would have it in the future.
Right.
That, you know, that sends you for a loop. So
yeah, thanks. You know,
and again, I did those 2 stories no justice at all. Like hearing it from the actual people who volunteer there, it's, you know.
Yeah, I knew, and I know Suzanne's listening. We knew about the dinosaur one. We knew about the mini golf. We walked that mini golf when we were there. We had visited. Suzanne and I had visited, and both kids, Michaela and Ethan, for the first year of the pandemic year, when they were closed and they put up all the lights. You know, before they moved it to wherever they moved it to. We were there. We went, you know, as the fundraiser. We, you know, bought our tickets and went to that. Last night we were in Florida, and I said it during the first stream, and I've said it many times. What they put into that place so every child and their family can just, you know, how I don't want to use the word normal, but you know, us. I can't pick a right word. I know I'm not, but regular people, somebody, you know, that we don't have a sick child or we just go to Disney. You know that feeling when you go under the entrance, the main gate, the main sign. You get that. I feel relief. There's no work. There's no care in the world. I'm in Disney. Well, the people that give Kids the World put that so much more into their place. So when a family drives into their facility, to their lands, because that's what it is. It's huge. To their land, to their property, that the kids can and the parents can just take a deep breath and forget about everything that's going on.
Yeah,
we've seen it. We've heard the stories. We've seen it. We saw the ice cream parlor. The kids can have ice cream any time of the day. There is, volunteers 24/7. We have a really good friend who unfortunately, well, I guess it isn't unfortunate, but they were just there. They were just there. God, was it January? Either December or January, but they were just there, and he put out videos on Instagram every day, and every day that little girl was going for ice cream. That was her thing. No matter what time, it was a video every day, and gosh darn it, every day that girl was going for ice cream. It didn't matter what time it was.
Yep.
And
it's the little things.
It's the little things. But again, I know you went there and you toured all of that. You got all the stories, and I applaud you because I couldn't. I mean, I went because I knew there was no children there. I wasn't going to see, any of that. Just seeing it bothers me. So the stories even worse. Again, I'm not that tough guy you all think I am on social media and all that, but I don't even know where I was going next. Julie McConnell, welcome in. Let me catch up real quick. Somebody just says, Debbie, welcome in. Debbie, thank you for popping in, Julie. Now, what you said it's going to be your last Dopey challenge, okay? But after the tour and all of that, and seeing it, and the story you just gave us about not, having, them needing to raise more, would you do another Give Kids the World fundraiser, another 5K or 10K? Would you be?
Yeah.
Are you? I don't want to use the word dedicated, but are you dedicated, to Give Kids the World and all of that?
Yeah, I think if I was to pick a charity to do this for, that's it. That's my charity. And even right now, I know because all our friends like the bling and you like the bling.
Let's see. Hold on. I gotta.
So this actually isn't from the Dopey Challenge. I will be running the virtual gingerbread run for Give Kids the World.
Nice.
It was just a little extension to make sure that if there were any last second people who wanted to help out Give Kids the World, they'd have the opportunity. So sometime in the next week or so, I'm going to get out. I'm going to do a quick 5K around here, but still supporting them.
Where is the bling?
The bling's around. We're gonna, we're gonna do like the TV news and like, oh, the weather's coming up next. Well, the bling's coming up next. this way they listen to our back and forth, and then that's going to be the little carrot at the end of the stick.
I think that's him talking louder so his wife can hear him. Get me the bling. I didn't bring it with me.
Oh no, this I'll give you a little quick quick pass by. It's here.
That's it.
So I plan on in some way, shape, or form, even if I sign up for a race on my own, there's a way that we can attach a Give Kids the World fundraiser to that bib that I've acquired through Run Disney, and that's pretty much what I will do going forward.
Nice. So, I also know from well, basically you put the story out on the fundraiser link and everything. Give Kids the World does hit close to home for you. Because I know you put a family member, family friend, his child. So we won't, we don't have to get into that. Does anybody else?
I will say though, I did see the room that his star is located in.
Nice.
And that was another moment on the tour that I actually was,
the stars up on the ceiling where they put them all around. Yeah, we saw that room as well. That's just walking in that room. It does something.
I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it.
Yeah, it does something to a lot of us.
It's beautiful and sad at the same time.
Yep.
And you know what's a cool fact about that, Carlos? Is that if you have a friend, a family member, if it's your own child, I had asked on the tour, is there any way to find like where a specific child's star is? If you give them a few weeks notice, they can help you locate exactly where your star is.
Wow.
Yeah. So I thought that's really cool. They inventory every single one.
And again, to give more goosebumps, but it is unfortunate that there is that many stars up there, so there is that many. Matt asks, does anyone hear the clicking? I do, but Scott was deep into a story. I didn't want to stop him. I don't know if it's on his end or my end. I don't know if it's your mic or my mic.
I don't know. I have junk earphones.
Yeah, so. I think it is yours because you were just touching it. Yeah, it's not mine.
Is it me? You getting it now?
Something's there, but I don't know what it is. It's a little clicky. I thought you were playing with a pen for a second.
No, I could try switching off to the computer on its own. Or
no, I mean it's not that bad. I mean we hear it. Like I said, it sounds like a pen clicking, but it's not steady. So don't worry, we're good.
Okay,
we're all right. We're all right. So let's backtrack. Let's jump back a little bit because I saw pictures. Sure. I saw pictures of because you were always posting on Instagram what you were doing. So I saw photos and videos of the drive down.
Yes.
How was because you drove by yourself.
I drove.
I did. Yourself down to. I don't mind driving with the family. I don't know if I'd ever do it by myself, but
drive was awesome. Drive down was awesome.
Because
drive home family. Not so much. Drive down was awesome. Drive home not so much. Drive home took me 30 hours total.
Really?
That was with a few hours to stop and crash in the back of the car, but yeah. But the drive down was awesome. I got to I got to give a couple shout outs because people have helped me along the way. Vashon Chevrolet in Connecticut, I told them that I was heading down on that trip, and they made sure that when I got my oil change done, they went front to back, make sure there'd be nothing that pop up, and surprised me that there would be something wrong with the car. So I appreciate that they took a little extra time so I didn't have to worry about anything on the drive, especially being by myself and loaded down with luggage and everything. So I thought that was really cool of them. So took off early, Monday morning, and the drive down was not bad at all. Just shot right down. I stopped in North Carolina, slept like 4 hours in the back of the car. It was like that scene out of My Cousin Vinny because I didn't realize there was a train station right behind the rest area. So I'm hearing the train horn like every 45 minutes, but I got a little sleep and then, went the rest of the way and the drive down wasn't bad. But yeah, the drive back, construction, car wrecks. That was when they had that tractor trailer jackknife on 78 in New Jersey and shut down the highway for like 12 hours.
Yep.
Luckily, it was going the opposite direction, but it still backed up northbound. So, yeah, the drive was interesting.
I saw the photo, and because I know during the first stream you told us how you sleep in the car, and you have said your height. You have told us how big you are. You've also told us what you drive, and I'm like, there's no way in hell this happens. But I saw the photo of the sleeping bag stretched out in the back, and you just crash until it's time to drive some more, huh?
Yeah, made it work.
Make it work. Me, I go right through. I just keep driving.
I normally do, but being by myself without having anyone to talk to and like kind of keep your mind focused and
does a job on you. Jeanette says she hasn't heard the clicking until we started talking about it. Jeanette, I'm sorry if I didn't say hi. Welcome in. So let's get to the run. 5K on a Thursday, 10K on a Friday, half marathon. Saturday, Sunday was the full marathon.
Yep.
I know you were you had your workouts up here. You were running. You were prepping for it. How did it go? How did the Thursday go? How did the Friday go? I know Sunday because you and I were talking while you were down there a lot. So I know, I know what happened Sunday, and we'll get into that too. But I mean, how was the run? How was the run itself?
The run was good. The run was good. So, I look at it this way: we could do a whole stream on all the raves about everything that was great about it. We could do another one on all the rants about like what was messed up.
I like rants.
And yeah, and I mean, a lot of these could tie into some of the ones that you had after your trip, about the entitlement and everything. Absolutely. So the 5K went well. As you guys saw with the photos, for anyone who follows me on Instagram, I did the 5K in my bunker pants and with my helmet. What was really cool, my lieutenant actually gave me a custom-made Dopey shield for the front of my helmet. So I had to wear that. Like, I couldn't leave that at home. And having to stand to wait to start the race, I was practically overheating just standing there with all the stuff on.
Right.
Because it wasn't as cold as I had expected. So the 5K, like, I had to work a little harder than I anticipated because I was a little dehydrated before even hitting the start line. But got through it no problem. It was a lot of fun. 10K and the half marathon went awesome. Like, I was trying to dial back so I didn't overshoot my pace. And it's just one of those things. Like, my legs felt great under me and just ran. And I had a ton of awesome character photos along the way.
Yep.
The entertainment was great. The character interactions were great. The routes were pretty good. Typical Run Disney, you have your bottlenecks. I hate the new corral starts, the way they do it. They have limited corrals, and then they'll start people off in waves. Just go back to the old corrals. Have 15 corrals or whatever it was. I get, like, it's more setup and
right.
More money and whatever, but just it becomes a safety issue. And from what we had spoken with, that really showed up come the marathon. But outside of that, the running conditions were great. It was a little cool in the morning for someone from up north. That's like awesome. You could tell the people who weren't from our area because they were not having it in the morning. But yeah, and there's nothing like that feeling when you turn the corner onto Main Street. You got those people all lined up, and the cowbells and the posters, and you just see the castle in front of you. Like, that's the best. That makes it worth it.
I've said it before. I wouldn't mind doing a few just to walk, because I wouldn't run, to walk in certain areas that you normally don't go, some of the backstage area and stuff like that, or just the roads itself. But yeah, I go to the marathon, you cramped up pretty much. Oh no, I'm sorry, you rolled your. I'm sorry,
I rolled an ankle.
Up. You rolled an ankle. Why did it cramping up? You rolled an ankle on Sunday. Was it? I don't want to throw blame on anything, but was it due to something Disney did? Something different? Was it? I mean, rolling an ankle. Everybody's looking at me like, well, he rolled his ankle. I mean, you do that walking. I get it, but they're runners. There's certain reasons why certain things happen when you're a runner. So
ultimately, like, listen, I'll take the blame for it because there's a lot of things I could have done differently. I definitely could have done better with the training and got in a qualifying run to move up to a further corral where people were a little faster, what have you. I could have stopped being the impatient person that I normally am, but of course, it got the better of me, and just had somebody on the left side, and the whole, we'll lead into the whole entitlement thing. But somebody on the left side who was just had no business being on the left side in a very, very narrow section. And I got impatient and I tried going around off course. And when I had stepped off the pavement, the ground just kind of gave way on that left side, and my right foot was still up on the pavement and kicked out. And when first off, I do the walk run method. So you're running for a period, then you're walking for a period.
Right.
So when you start, you have that push off, which I'm a big guy. We know this, which makes it harder. It's a lot more pressure on that ankle. And then with the course narrowing so much and so frequently and so many people, I found that even sections where I was planning on running, now we're having to choose to walk. And the more that I was having to do that start stop, the more it just irritated the ankle, and it is what it is. I mean, I still finished. I that was the whole thing. I wasn't running for time, and especially at that point, I already had been to Give Kids the World, and seeing it, and knowing what we had done and everything. I was just kind of happy to be there and get through, and I wish I was able to go a little faster. Maybe could have done in some more character stops. I actually ran with Matt's brother, and he was awesome. He hung back and stuck with me a lot of the time, and I know he wanted to go and take off. So I did feel bad that I was kind of holding him back, but it is what it is, and learn from it. But I've come to the conclusion that being the marathon, that's a jinxed race for me. 2 times I've run it, 2 times I've had something happen with another runner where I end up coming up lame, and I think I'm tempting fate if I continue trying to run that race.
You never know. 3 times the charm, but it's just funny how entitled people in left side in tight areas seem to work bad for both of us, because if you saw what
the infamous stream.
The infamous stream of me
so here's the thing too with that person, and this is like where the entitlement part comes in. So further down, once again, I managed to be behind this person, and safety was coming through. They had somebody on a bicycle, so there's safety personnel, volunteers that are on bikes, and either they're medical personnel or they're people to go find the medical personnel. And the person on the bike is yelling for everyone to move to the right, that they need to get the medics for a runner down. And this guy absolutely refused to move. It was like he didn't even acknowledge that there was anyone around him. And there was groups of us screaming at him, move out of the way. And finally, the bike had to go off course to go around to go get the medics. And, then after the fact, you're hearing people and seeing it on social too, going back and forth about like, oh, well, I spent the same amount on that race, so I'm going to run my race and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Okay, yeah, all well and good. But at the end of the day, there's still runner etiquette, which Run Disney was really good about trying to drive home. I have to say that. I heard so much about runner etiquette at the pre-race, at the expo. Like, they really were, hey, people, listen up. And some people just didn't care. And it's that entitlement thing. It's sad because it'll ruin it for other people.
Yes, they do. And we'll have a whole stream on that too again, probably real soon. But just on entitled. Just so I don't miss Anne Marie Drake. She says, I don't know how you drove all the way home after running the Dopey Challenge. You didn't leave right away. Race was Sunday. When did you head back home?
Monday.
Oh, you did leave right away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
I finished the race. I went to Epcot. I rehydrated with plenty of margaritas, and then
there you go.
Had a good night's sleep, and I headed home Monday to try and get back to the family.
Kenneth, what's going on? There's my mod there. There he is, putting in links. Awesome, Kenneth. Thank you for that. Where was I? We're on the races. So you had just brought up the expo too.
Yeah.
Did you spend a lot of money at the expo? Did you buy a lot?
I did.
I know
I did.
Jeff from This Our Dreams and Angela, they like going to that expo, signing up, not signing up, but register and buying a ton of stuff. So cool stuff.
So I spent more than I had hoped. Merchandise all went up like everything else. I will say, first off, they should rename it Thunderdome, because that's really what it's like. The virtual queue does not work. And it was really chaotic. And what added to the chaos was apparently there was merchandise that they never even bothered to like proofread to check. So like coffee mugs that were missing one of the park emblems, and I guess halfway through the day they were scrambling to pull them off the shelves. Luckily, I snagged one, but So I got one.
Thanks for mine. Appreciate it.
Yeah. No, I'm thrilled that I got one. That was one of the. I went in with a list of the things that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I think all except for one item I was able to walk out with. So
Nice.
Can't complain. Good. But the assortment was kind of, underwhelming, and the prices for what you got, it was kind of. It is what it is,
Right.
But
it's this.
I have my pins to go in my shadow box with my bling. I have a couple of shirts. I got the magic band that I never even registered and didn't do anything with, but I figure I'll wear it tonight. That made it worth it, I guess. I don't know. I got a handful of stuff, and some of it was cool. Some of it was just, I got it because it was on my list of things to get. And yeah.
Brought stuff home for the family. No, forget the family.
So
they don't like coming with me during marathons, so they're not getting anything.
Yeah, well, I brought home chocolate apples from Candy Cauldron, and my kids, I actually had sketches done for them. I went to Art at Disney in downtown. Nice. I said downtown Disney. I'll never let that one go.
Yeah.
Disney Springs. Yeah, went to Disney Springs and I ordered sketches. So those arrived last week, and the kids bought them. So
nice, awesome,
that was cool.
Awesome. We can't forget too that you're in Disney. Yeah, you went out for marathon weekend. You ran all 4 races. You did it for Give Kids the World. Well, you did it as a fundraiser for Give Kids the World. So we all that was perfect. But you're in Disney, so you went to Disney. How was the parks? How was your well, you weren't alone because you said you was that the guy I saw you on Sunday during the marathon? Was that Matt's brother?
Yeah, that's Matt's brother.
All right, cool. If anybody, I'm sure all of you were watching. I know all of you were watching. Maybe not Matt yet, but we were watching This Our Dreams that Sunday morning, and he was at Hollywood Studios where we saw you walking by, and it was actually a friend of ours, Joy, who was standing with him there because her brother was running in a marathon, and she's the one that, because I sent the picture to all of them. It says keep an eye out, for Scott, and she picked you right up. And you can go back and watch Jeff. And Jeff's like, Jeff says hi to you. I swear to God, you already had made the turn. You're probably heading out of Hollywood Studios, or whichever way it goes. I don't even know which way it goes, but by the time you screamed out, "Hey Scott, what's up?" I'm like, forget it, Jeff. Don't even bother. He's not around. But again, you were in the parks. I don't know if you were in the parks alone all the time, if you were with Matt's brother, but how was the parks? How was your time down in Disney?
It was nice. It was limited. I'm going after the races, and even like with the expo, I was hoping to be done with the expo early in the day. By the time I hit the parks, it was almost 1:00. Man, that's the busiest I've seen the parks that time of year. Like, I've never seen it like that. The wait times were obnoxious. It actually made me change my plans one day, and that kind of didn't work out as I had thought. But the parks, it was great being there. It's nice to go in there. Going to the park solo is different. It's a different vibe, and with the race weekend too, like, you almost don't know how to act, if that makes sense. So you get used to the races, and you're over there, you're running. It's like, oh, hey, there's Mickey. All right, you run over, quick photo, and then boom, you're taking off. So then you're in the parks where it's like normal park life, but you just kind of have that mindset still. Like, I'm gonna run up to the character, and then they're like trying to interact with you, and you're frozen. Like, what am I supposed to do? You don't know how to act. So that was weird. But hey, I got to ride Living with the Land, I don't know, like 3 times in a row, which was fantastic. They had the holiday overlay. It was so worth it.
Yeah, that's one of the great pictures that Scott sent me was, oh, look where I am,
it was nice. I went pretty much, I was hoping to eat, because that's one of my big things going to Disney is I love the food. Trying to get into somewhere to eat was a nightmare. I really don't have much dining to talk about because I couldn't get into eat anywhere.
Because we were going to lead right into how was the food.
So I have a couple. I have a couple, and I can discuss where I went. But so like the first day I was at Epcot, I was going to try and grab something quick service. It was an hour plus wait just about anywhere except for Connections, and I didn't feel like pizza. So I'm not going to wait an hour for quick service, and all the table service ADRs were snatched up. So that was, again, it goes to those crowds. Like, I just really wasn't expecting the crowds that we saw this time.
Really?
And I've been for marathon weekend, even outside of running. It's just kind of a time of year that we've been a bunch of times, and I've never seen it like this.
So that was us during our trip too. Well, we have never been Christmas week or that close to Christmas, but it was different compared to all the other times we had been. I had never seen it that busy, and I'm talking about pre-pandemic, when it was a free for all. But so a couple of restaurants, so no food to talk about. But any outside merch besides Run Disney merch or?
Yeah, I mean, I grab like my usual. I'll grab a pin for the year that I travel. Nice. I didn't stay on property, so there was no resort pin to pick up. Outside of that, like, merch was underwhelming. I really, it's kind of disappointing. You go and everything's so generic now, and with it being that generic and so overpriced for what it is, like, I just didn't feel compelled to like get stuff.
Right.
So it's great for the wallet, to walk away without.
Yeah, sure is.
But I mean, yeah, like it's kind of underwhelming. I'm surprised.
You got to ride Splash Mountain one last time?
One last time. I got to say goodbye to Splash.
I got that text too. Oh, I'm on my phone, so I can't hear me like.
Yeah. So that was one thing. Like, no matter what, I was getting on there. If that was the only ride that I rode that day, I was getting on Splash. And Magic Kingdom, that was another thing. So they'd post the wait times, and they were not even close to what the actual waits were.
Yeah.
Splash was supposed to be 65 minutes. It was roughly an hour and a half. Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover was like 25 minutes to get onto. Buzz said 25, 40 minutes to get onto it. So, really didn't get on as much. And that was the thing too. Like, I went in with like a list of rides, like, oh, I got to ride these because I swear, like, when I go there now, I'm worried about when the bottom's going to fall out, and it's going to be my last chance to ride like some of these rides.
Yeah.
Tower of Terror was like 3 hours to get onto. I'm not going to stand around in line for 3 hours. So, but it is what it is. I got to see Indiana Jones. It's been a while since I've seen that show.
Yeah, we didn't get to see it, unfortunately. There was a few things we missed, but you at least got to ride the train. I left the day it freaking started all up again, and that was BS. So let's not rub that. Let's not go there. Kenneth says, yeah, you got to feed the merch beast. It needs to be fed though. Yeah, Kenneth, but that's what Carlos is for. You know that. So Carlos is home. We're home, right? You see it. We're home, and we're buying crap like you wouldn't believe. It's texting this one. Hey, pick this up. Texting. I got my new Crocs on, folks. I'm not going to take them off right now, but I got my new Crocs. So we're just buying stuff. So Scott doesn't need to feed the beast. I need to take care of it for everybody. Anne-Marie says, awesome accomplishment, Scott. Congratulations. Sorry about the knucklehead that refused to follow the rules.
Yeah. Thanks, Anne-Marie. I was the knucklehead who got impatient too, and some of it is you got to understand that sometimes you just have to slow down, and it's the nature of the beast. And I just was thinking go, 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 and that was my fault. So
see, at least Scott played it smart and tried to go around me. I would have just got right behind him, right on him, and maybe rode him down. I don't know. That would have been Jennifer Caruso, welcome in. Thank you all for popping in. So I got a couple more things just to bring up before we call it quits. We've been almost an hour now, and other streamers are going to be starting to stream pretty soon this Friday night. Pete will be on at 10 o'clock. Carla and Kiko with a giveaway stream. You just got to be present. I don't know what else you have to do, but you got to be present on Carla and Kiko's stream. They got a lot of merch they're giving away. I know what Suzanne's going to be doing tonight. And our great friends, Martic Moments, they're on too at 10 o'clock with Fun Food Friday. Michelle is making a healthy version of McDonald's chicken nuggets. I'm sorry. It's McDonald's chicken nuggets. I don't care healthy or not. There's no healthy. No, it's McDonald's chicken nuggets. You got to have one. You got. I mean, you can't make that healthy. So I'm gonna jump on and pick on her for a while. But before we start wrapping this up, where's the blink?
All right, so that's what I was reaching back for. So,
well, I'm gonna put it all on you so we can see this better.
So here's the 5K. Cool thing with this year is the bling is either a slider or a spinner.
Wow.
The designs are nice. The colors are nice. The quality just really kind of disappointing. A lot of them are chipped. They were chipped before we even got a hold of them.
Really?
I had to put styrofoam on the back, so when I was wearing them around, that they didn't get wrecked. But they're going to be just going in a frame soon, so I don't have to worry about it. We got a little acorn spinner with Chip and Dale.
Oh, that's cool.
So that one was nice. And let's see, 10K, go to the half. Donald and Daisy on the half, and they're going across. This one went well with my costume for the half.
It did. Yeah, I was going to say, I remember you wearing that, yeah.
I think I got more compliments on that than I did on my fire helmet, which I was shocked. But the anniversary marathon is a spinner, and I kind of bring that in.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I figured
we got to remember that everything's opposite direction. Goofy's race and a half challenge. This thing's a beast. You're gonna need to see a chiropractor after wearing this one. This thing is heavy. So you can't really tell the spin in the front, which is weird. But if you go on the back, it's got a cool I did it.
I like that one. That's my favorite one so far, yeah.
And I guess the one that everyone's kind of waiting for. This one I'll throw on. The 10th anniversary Dopey challenge.
Yeah, that one's really cool. Yeah.
And then there's one more that actually came in the mail right about when I had gotten home, which is weird because it's supposed to be six medals for races. But this one here, well, it's supposed to have some really bad penmanship on it, but it will have a special personalized message. But this one right here, this goes to the champion for Give Kids the World. This is from my friend Carlos. This is a 2016 Dopey Challenge medal. Sorry, but I couldn't get one of the new ones. I'd have a better shot at getting Taylor Swift concert tickets right about now. But I know you like bling, and I want to do something special for you for everything you've done for Give Kids the World. This is for you, brother. So,
no, you don't have to do that. You did all the work, my friend.
This you need something else for that collection behind you. So we got to get together for pizza, and I got to get that to you.
I'm all in for pizza, man. Just to meet you, my friend. But definitely didn't have to do that. But thank you. I'm speechless now. You really listen. I do it for Give Kids the World just because. Same reason you did it. It hits close to home. You have your friend and we have ours, and just it's this community. It's what we do. It's what we do. There's no disappointment when it comes to Give Kids the World, or to any charity. Any charity, this community comes through for friends and whatnot, because we've seen it when Pete McDevitt had his I use the word mishap, but when he got sick and everything, and we saw how this community came through for him and his family, and right now we have coming up Tuesday, which I was going to bring up. Chris Dad Builds is having a marathon. Well, it is a marathon stream, 12-hour stream. He's raising money for the American Heart Association for stroke awareness because of his father and his eye. And my father had two of them. So we all come through when it comes to stuff. When it comes to things like that, we can always count on each other to do good. Not everybody, because we all know those few out there, but
but
Maddie,
this community is awesome like that, and that's one thing that no matter what I've noticed, in general with the Disney community, like especially with the little group that we belong to, and now being attached with Give Kids the World and going through this whole process, like this community is truly special. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot about Disney, but along with that is people who like that usually are family people, and
yep.
You come together as a family and you support each other's families, and it's a great thing. So
it really is. Ken, thanks for posting all those links, buddy. I appreciate it. Anne Marie says, awesome, Blaine. Thanks for showing it and displayed them proudly. Yes, dude, definitely displayed them proudly. You said you're going to frame them all up and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so any of my Run Disney races, what I'll do is I'll put up a shadow box with my race bibs, and I'll have the bling, I'll have the pins alongside them, and once I get it all put together, I'll throw up a photo on my Instagram for a Medal Monday.
Yeah, definitely make sure. I know Ken's been posting a link. Definitely follow Scott on Instagram. Yeah, on Twitter too. Scott's on Twitter too.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter too.
Yeah, on Facebook too. I didn't get to Facebook until after, like way after. I think. I didn't realize he was on Facebook too. I saw you put out before we end up, because I this is what I want to end it with pretty much. You're still running. You're doing more races. I saw you put out a list, your anticipated list for 2023. In the back of your mind, are you thinking January of 24 for Disney again?
No. So so I actually have a date in mind, and it's looking like Wine and Dine 24.
Nice.
Hoping to have a friend meet up, where there's a group of us running, and really just try to enjoy it and have a good weekend and introduce some new people to Run Disney.
2024, huh? Food and wine. Suzanne, I know you're listening. I'm kind of upset that we moved our vacation this year, because it would have been that weekend for this year, and we could have done the 5K with friends down there. But 2024, I think, is a good time to go back for food and wine.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
And maybe a nice walk.
Nice walk, yeah.
Nice walk.
We'll have to come up with a matching costume theme.
I have no problem
together.
I have no problem wearing costumes. I have no problem wearing nothing. I mean, anything. So anything. All right, Scott, is there anything that I missed that you want to put out there? Please, the floor is yours. Feel free to.
Yeah, thanks, brother. So pretty much just this is kind of my last chance to really put out a blanket thank you to everyone that's helped out. From WPRI, Johnny Valella, Mike Montecalvo, the Street Stories team, obviously yourself, our friends here, like I said, Vashon Chevrolet, Local 1950, Johnson Firefighters, my family, my friends, everyone coming together. It really was overwhelming, and I can't really thank everyone enough. I appreciate it. The only thing I can say is support those who do good things in the community, and sometimes it's just as simple as a like and a share. And by doing that, more people do good, and it's going to be an awesome thing. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it.
Well said, sir. I appreciate the thank you, and I know. You did do all the work, because none of us were running. We were home, but it does take a family to put everything together and run that house. So I applaud them as well. I tried sharing with the local firefighter, your local chapter there, but it wouldn't let me comment on it. Well, it would let me comment, but it wouldn't let me post anything. So I was trying to get them, but
yeah.
Oh well. Kenneth just said if you still want to donate, I guess your link is still open to Give Kids the World.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can still
That's
go
awesome.
in and donate. Kenneth, thank you for that. And
Yeah, thank
Mar,
you for checking on
no,
that.
Mar, I'm not running. I like to go to Disney. I don't want to get thrown out of Disney. I wouldn't do that. Jeff might. I wouldn't. No, but no, that's starting to look like a great plan. 2024, the food and wine runs, the wine and dine, run and dine, whatever it's called. Sounds like a great plan because we have a lot of friends. We could put our own corral together.
I like the sound of it.
Listen, again, we have a lot of Disney friends that run down there, so they do the 5Ks and the 10Ks. So we can do some damage. We can
make it happen.
Start working out. We can do some damage down there. But again, yeah. So appreciate everyone that did pop in today, and anybody that's going to watch the replay. Debbie, we'll see Carlos singing in the tub. Yeah, that's enough of. Yeah, Debbie, you see enough during that video. You don't need to see anything else. Scott has no idea, but we'll find a way to share it with Scott. Ken, if not, don't put the link now, please. It's not meant for here. Evening, gentlemen. Congrats, Scott. Dad builds. I'm sure you and Ninja watching, probably still working because he works late. Actually 9 o'clock. He's probably just getting off. But Dad builds has his fundraiser Tuesday. I have given a hint for my Lego. You guys saw the box. That's the only hint you're getting until Tuesday. Go to Chris's stream on Tuesday. Donate to Scott if you still want to. You still can. The link is open. We also have Dad Builds, who's doing his fundraiser for ASA and stroke awareness. I'll be there Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Another thing, I just put a video together. It's very silly. It's cute. I like it. Suzanne probably doesn't. Am I building Veronica? Was she sitting next to me next to the hot tub? Pete. There's a video coming out tomorrow at 7 a.m. Go watch it. Do me. I'll put it this way. Do Ethan the favor. Go watch it. Yeah, I think you'll like it. But watch the whole thing because it gets better at the end. I'm giving Pete McDevitt some material. Let's put it that way. Pete McDevitt, my other partner, Jay, he'll be live in about. I didn't check, so let's say either 20 minutes or 40 minutes. He'll be live either at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So make sure you go check him out. Besides that, Scott, thanks for coming back on with us, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I can call you a friend. I think I can call you a friend.
Absolutely.
And I cannot wait to. I told you I wanted to do this live in person. We could have done this at, Father and Son's deli. No, he closes early. I saw him today. I saw Father today. I don't know which one is Son. I know Father. But we're definitely going to get together soon, and definitely not because of the bling. I just want to meet you. I want to shake your hand. I want to, do something. Do something again. Pizza sounds great. With you, the family, bring wife and kids, and we'll do a big hurrah, and we'll stop planning this damage we're going to do in 2024 to Disney. But besides that, folks, we're definitely going to make this happen. Besides that, folks, again, follow Scott because he's going to be running all year. He's got runs planned. We got one in Pawtucket coming soon, I believe I saw.
Going up to New Hampshire. Going up to New Hampshire in March for a half marathon. Manchester, New Hampshire, and
I thought I saw
most of my race. No, closest one to home is going to be Narragansett.
Narragansett. All right. Narragansett, Pawtucket. The state's not big. It's not far off. And Sony, now you can just get on the train, I think. And so, no, not yet. Go check everybody out. I know this on Dreams to be live 9 a.m. Oh, I thought it was earlier. Cool. I can sleep in a little bit. Besides that, folks, I appreciate it. Stay healthy and positive, and we'll see you. We'll see you next time. I don't know when that is. Tuesday. We'll see you Tuesday. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.